Welcome to the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse here on the campus of Neenah High School, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association game between the visiting Oshkosh North Spartans and the host Neenah Rockets. Big game tonight, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson, bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, and our secret weapon, whose name we can't divulge. But our four-man crew here, ready for a big game, Brett, and we're lucky to have our sound on.
Yeah, we finally fixed the glitch, but two top teams in the FVA going at it, Ricardo. Both teams that will be conference, I think, championship contenders. An Oshkosh North team with a little bit of a hiccup not too long ago, but they just beat Wisconsin Lutheran.
Yes.
Very impressive game. Wisconsin Lutheran came here and really took apart the Rockets. So you know the Rockets full attention on this one. And then we have the three top scorers in the league, Ricardo. Xavier Mitchell, Stephen Clark for Oshkosh North, 1 and 2. And then, of course, Cal Klesmet, number 3 in scoring. A lot of firepower, a lot of high-level talent. Some of the best in their classes playing in this one as far as individuals. National anthem coming up first, then we'll talk more about tonight's teams. Neenah coming in 7-3 overall, 5-0 in the Fox Valley Association. Ricardo, Oshkosh North 7-4, 4-2. Neenah coming off that 68-53 victory over Kimberly on Tuesday. Cal Klesmet with 22 points to pace Neenah. Brady Corso had 16 points, knocked down a pair of threes. Jackson Schloman 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists in the win. Neenah 70% shooting against the Papermakers.
Starting lineups being announced for both Oshkosh North and Neenah. For Oshkosh North, Stephen Clark, Ari Giannopoulos. Did I say that right, Brett?
I think so.
Quentin Fisher, Xavier Mitchell, and Drake Moxon. That's your starting lineup for the Spartans, as Brett said, coming off that real big win over Wisconsin Lutheran. I think that surprised everybody, Brett. I know it surprised you just a tad.
It sure did. Well, actually, Oshkosh North then followed that up with a nice overtime victory over Kaukauna. That was on Tuesday, 82-75, so a 2-game winning streak. Stephen Clark and Xavier Mitchell, 28 and 26 points respectively. Oshkosh North trailed by 3, 73-70 in overtime when Christo Giannopoulos knocked down a big pair of triples to propel the Spartans to the win. He finished with 8 points. But Mitchell, 22.1 points per game to lead the FVA. Clark averaging 21.7 points. Klesmet averaging 20.9 points per game to rank 3rd in the conference. Brady Corso, 15.4 points per game for the Rockets as well. A lot of firepower in this one.
So here's the starting lineup for Neenah. Jackson Schloman at one guard. Sam Koltard also at a guard. Cal Klesmet, Brady Corso, Elliot Swanson. Brett, that's 5 guards. 5 guards listed as the starting lineup for the Rockets. Again, the defending Division I state champs. Well, I don't know if any team has played as tough a schedule as they have, Brett, to start the season.
Ricardo, I can't remember the last time I've seen the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse this full. It's been a while. I mean, this is 30 rows up where we're sitting. It's a large set of bleachers, and they're kind of getting close to us here. So.
Yeah, it's set to become the largest middle school gym in the country.
It is going to be something. The last season here at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. We'll talk about that during the webcast here. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Thanks to Mike Elkin, the athletic director, right, Ricardo?
Oh, yeah.
One of the best around, making sure we're good to go. Oshkosh North in the road green uniforms. Mitchell with the miss, Corso with the rebound. Good to be here, though. And it's been a little bit of a break. Our last live stream was back on December 20th, De Pere taking down Kimberly. Then we had about a 2-week lull, get through the holidays. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday season, Ricardo. Hope you got everything you wanted under the tree.
I got a bunch of coal, if that's what you're asking.
Not surprised.
Santa, you don't like me.
Happy New Year to everybody as well. Good to be back at it. We have quite a stretch in front of us, and looking forward to it, Ricardo. A lot of good basketball. Kind of really taking the transition. There's going to be a steal now, Cal Klesman. I know you're thinking about wrestling too. And Klesman with their early bucket, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
Good job by Klesman to get that steal and then take it up left-handed for a shot at the conventional three-point play.
Clark whistled for the foul, and the lefty, Cal Klesman. Actually, his mother just stopped up, didn't she had a nice little conversation.
Gave us best wishes. She's
appreciate that. They're busy.
I was just going to say, she's busy, with Max playing for the Badgers.
Yeah.
And then Rowan on the Neenah girls basketball team.
Rowan just a freshman, right?
Yes.
Oh, Mitchell so smooth. Uses that dribble, Ricardo, to get into the paint. And once I think he's in the paint, it's a done deal, right? 6'7", and you can see already that athleticism on display. Looking at that 1-3-1 that Oshkosh North is known for. See how the Rockets, they can break that down. Klesman deep three, got it. Can't leave him alone up top.
No, and Klesman showing a good stroke early.
All 6 points for the Rockets, the UW Green Bay recruit. Again, the third leading scorer in the league. Oshkosh North with Mitchell and Clark, the top 2 scorers in the FVA. And it looks like Corso maybe going to have to take a seat. Is there a cut on his hand?
I believe so, as number 4 checks in. That's Nolan Chuckham for the Rockets.
Hey, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom. Let Cellcom help you accomplish your resolution to save with their largest sign-on bonus ever. Get $500 when activating a new smartphone line, plus make the switch to Cellcom and get up to an additional $650 per line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family-owned for 20 years. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. So we got a little trainer's timeout. Get Brady Corso all taped up. Not sure is that the delay, Ricardo?
I guess, but usually they just have them come out and the game continues. So I'm not exactly sure why there's a delay in the game here.
Yeah, Klesman, 20.9 points per game, shooting 50% overall, 40% from three-point range. His 29 triples coming in. That was second on the team. Now he's got 22. Corso shooting 49% overall, 37% from distance. He has 22 threes coming in that led the team. Now he and Klesman are tied for that. Looking at Mitchell, he's shooting 42% overall, 29% from beyond the arc. Clark, 46% overall, 33% from distance, whereas 19 threes lead the way. Looking at the team stats, Neenah shooting 51% overall, 37% from three-point range, and 67% from the free throw line. Looks like they have to clean up the court. Opponents shooting 48% overall, 38% from 3. As for Oshkosh North, Spartans shooting 47% overall, 39% from 3-point range and 70% from the stripe. Opponents shooting 44% overall and 34% from 3-point land. Neenah 7-3 overall, 5-0 in the league. Oshkosh North 7-4 and 4-2.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It looks like they're going. They're bringing. There must be some blood on the court, Brett, is what it is. They're bringing out, cleaner and.
You can see. Very rarely do we have a camera shot of the trainer's room, but
that would make sense. That's the reason why they haven't resumed play on the court.
Got to apologize, folks. We're going to have a little shaky cameras from time to time. Apparently, the little kids they can't sit still.
No, they got the ants in the pants.
Go back and forth. Apparently, for some reason, 30 rows up is where all the kids want to be. They just want to hang out with you, Ricardo.
Oh gosh.
They just want to hang out with you.
I just want peace and quiet.
You're like
I'm a grumpy old dad. I'm like that uncle who falls asleep at Thanksgiving. They're making fun of me a little bit. They're like, hey, when's Uncle? They call me Richie. When's Uncle Richie taking a nap after?
You're kind of like. You're like Uncle Lewis in Christmas Vacation. Yeah. Sarcastic.
And then of course when you take the nap, the little nephews they always seem to find you and bother you. They always got to come and slap you on the knee. Kind of wake you up.
I got to say, first of all, happy birthday. I know it was just your birthday
thank you,
on
yes.
Tuesday. So happy birthday to you.
I'm getting nearer to 50 every year,
That's
Brett.
why I was going to say you're getting cranky.
Yeah, a little cranky. I'm getting to be that old man cranky.
You're starting to get to be like me now.
Oh, come on.
You're never going to get that cranky, are you?
Well, congratulations to you because now you're a 2-time grandfather, my friend. Very exciting.
Little Charlie was born on your birthday.
Yes.
So congratulations to my oldest.
I can tell you right now he's a great kid.
Yeah. Got to meet little Charlie today for a little
while.
Got to see him. He was, unsurprisingly, a lot of sleep.
I was going to say, he's napping.
Doing a lot of napping.
So we have a lot in common.
But his big sister, who's 2, is she's a proud little sister.
I was just going to say, is she thrilled to have
yeah. She's a great little kid, and we got to watch her on a couple of those days. Man, she keeps you on your toes. Let's put it, but it's a fun. She's talking now too, communicating, which is really fun, and some of the things that she says and the way she says them. So yeah, we're thrilled, and congratulations to my oldest and our daughter-in-law.
Wow, so there must have been a lot of blood on the court.
So that leads me though. Now that they share your birthday, I always remember your birthday.
Oh,
usually I forget about it.
I forget about it sometimes.
Yeah, when's my birthday?
I don't know.
Yeah.
September?
July.
I was just going to say July. What does that make you, a Leo?
It is a Leo, yeah. Yep. It's another reason why I cranky all the time.
And I'm a Capricorn. The goat, Brett, the goat.
Is that what it is? Is that what a Capricorn is? I don't even know. Some of the other FBA games going on as they continue to do a little cleanup here on the court. Hortonville at Appleton East, a very interesting game. How about the Polar Bears off to a nice start with Matt Hintz, 7-2 overall, 4-2 in the league. August Maurer, one of the stars of that club, right?
One of our nominees for Athletes of the Week is, I can't pronounce, is it Kuhnke? Cody Kuhnke.
Okay.
He had a great week last week. He's one of our nominees for Athlete of the Week. You can vote on that, by the way, on postcrescent.com.
Takana's at Fond du Lac, another interesting game. Papermakers at Appleton West and Oshkosh West at Appleton North. Slate of FVA games. Hey, we're back at it. So 6-2 Neenah with the lead as we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
Oh, knocked out by Klesmet. Good defense on Clark.
Thanks to everybody checking in tonight. Great Friday night matchup. One of the better games, I would say, here in the state of Wisconsin tonight. Again, Oshkosh North opened the season ranked 7th in the state in Division I. I think they're a top 10 team, Ricardo, especially when you take down Wisconsin Lutheran, right?
Oh, you have to be. And the thing is that all those teams at the top are, there's going to be a lot of competitiveness as we have a foul.
Yep, before the shot. But
it's kind of a toss-up who you're thinking is the favorites. Now, we saw Wisconsin Lutheran. We thought, boy, who's going to beat these guys?
Well, then Wisconsin Lutheran ended up losing to Pewaukee.
Yeah,
that was earlier this week, I believe.
Maybe we just saw Pewaukee really playing at his very best here
Wisconsin Lutheran?
Yeah, in December. Wisconsin Lutheran, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice move by Clark. That little hesitation froze the defender, and then Clark goes up and finishes. Smooth player, Stephen Clark.
Yeah, speaking of Clark, and I'm going
to
give you a little story here. His father is Brad Clark.
Assistant coach for the Spartans.
Yes, and former Oshkosh Lords coach. I think he coached at Oshkosh West as well.
Marcus Sand standout, right?
Marcus Sand standout, and I covered him back when he was playing. I covered that state tournament he was in.
I remember him as a high school player.
Yes,
Dynamite.
Outstanding player. I had to drive out to Marcus Sand, and sometimes that's a hard place to find when you didn't have the GPS.
Nice bounce pass. Beautiful team basketball, and Koltard with the finish.
And I'll tell you what, I always thought it was a miss by Dick Bennett not having him on the Badgers. He went to have a great career at UW Oshkosh, but I think he would have provided some offense off the bench.
Interesting
for
point,
those
Ricardo.
Badgers
Yeah, he would have been a Bennett player, right? Klesmith eyeing it up again, rims out. Actually, Brad Clark, he went on to have a heck of a career collegiately at UW Oshkosh.
Right,
well.
and to me, he was the best player I've seen at the D3 level. I know this because, my alma mater's Amro. They were always ranked 1 or 2 with Marcus Sand, it seemed like. Oh, and there's Klesmith, Brett, but taken away.
Yeah, good hustle by number 22, Quentin Fisher, the 6'3 senior.
But I always pay special attention to Brad Clark because there's a offensive charge
Ricardo,
on.
That's going to be a second.
Oh, boy. I can't tell you how athletic Brad Clark was, Brad. He was outstanding. I remember a sectional game against Oostburg, playing against a Moriarty there. They had a very good guard, John Moriarty, I want to say. And he had a tremendous game and was able to beat them at West Bend. I remember I covered that game, Brett, for Oshkosh Northwestern back in the day. And he almost single-handedly took them to the victory. They were down by 20, I want to say, at one point in that game.
Wow. Yeah, no, I remember Brad Clark for sure, about those Marcus Sand teams. Now he's staying out on the floor. Stephen Clark, his son, so they trust Stephen Clark. And how about Sam Koltard? He's got 5 and a triple and a pair of triples for the Rockets. 7-point lead now for Neenah.
Oh, you got to like, if you're Coach Rubis, you got to like what you see out of your Rockets to start this game. Fisher. Klesmith on him, back over to Mitchell.
Double teaming him, and nice job by Mitchell to kick it out.
Look at this defense by Neenah, Brett. Stevie Clark up.
Too strong.
Good.
Now Clark playing with those 2 fouls, 4 points for the Spartans. But Ricardo, you can kind of see his skill set, right? Stephen Clark, and now he gets it on the block and just using that 6'6" frame. Strong, and did a good job. There's Mitchell with the swat against Klesmith.
And also another feather in his dad's cap, Brad Clark. I believe he was the Associated Player of the Year, Associated Press Boys Basketball Player of the Year. I want to say his junior or senior year at Marcus Sand. I'd have to see if I can find that in the archives somewhere.
Never been to Marcus Sand. Never been there.
Boy, I almost didn't make it. I went to cover a sectional or regional game out there and couldn't find it, Brett. It's the middle of nowhere.
Well, I'm sure it's on a road. I mean,
it's on a road, but I couldn't find it. I remember driving out there. I'm like, where am I? Great coach they had there. I think his name was Coach Bradley. They won a couple state titles, I want to say, with Brad Clark.
Well, Brad Clark
and they might have had one without him as well. They had some really good players after him. Kyle Knazer, I want to say. I mean, Brett, this is all coming back to me. I'm an old man reminiscing.
You got a good memory. It wasn't that long ago that Brad Clark led Lourdes to the state tournament, right? It was maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they won the state title. They finished as runner-up. But he was a good coach in his own right. Also coached at Oshkosh West.
Actually, I have it right here. It was the 2019 Division IV state title game. Yeah, I've got some Brad Clark stats. 1,692 points at UW Oshkosh.
That's a tremendous career, yeah.
2,200 career points, 2,269 to be exact at Marcus Sand High School. There's Koltard with the miss. He was a Mr. Basketball. So, yeah, went to UW Oshkosh. He went to the wrong WIAC school. Should have played with the pointers. There's Stephen Clark letting it fly, no good, and Klesmith with the rebound. Stephen Clark, D1 offers from UW Green Bay, Murray State, St. Thomas, and Valpo. How about that? And we got another offensive foul.
Oh, is that the second on Klesmet? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's on Xavier Mitchell.
I'm sorry, I saw Klesmet hit the deck.
So a pair of offensive fouls against the Spartans. 5-point lead for the Rockets. How you doing over there, Ricardo, with all these kids bouncing off you?
I'm trying to concentrate on the game. But
you're getting angry, aren't you?
Every 20 seconds they got to go from right to left and left to right. Here we go again.
There's Corso. And Corso, not to be confused now, wearing the number 31.
I was just going to
switch
say.
jerseys because I was kind of confused there for a second. So Corso coming out and knocking down a triple. And if you're Lee Rubbis, you got to like the hot start as far as shooting goes from distance. Look at that rebound by Klesmet. Little transition to Corso. Up and good. And he's going to the line for the three-point play. What a pass by Cal Klesmet off the rebound.
And that's just court awareness by Klesmet, Brett. We always, that doesn't really show up in the box score, right? Something like that. Being able to see Corso sprinting down the other end, able to find him with a nice pass, and up with the left hand with Corso. And this is a heck of a start for the Rockets. 11:31 left here in the first half.
Yeah, 30-second timeout coming for Brad Weber. Gives me a chance. Folks, we've got a great deal right now. Digital subscription to the Post Crescent, Oshkosh Northwestern, any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites for the next 6 months. You can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. Come on, folks. $1 for the next 6 months.
Come on.
Includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. Exclusive subscriber newsletters. USA Today Sports Plus app. The e-edition is part of that. Sign up now. postcrescent.com/subscribe. Any of our sites/subscribe. If you're a high school sports fan, that'll take you well into the spring season, almost through the spring season, right? I think that just about takes you to the end of the high school sports season. So sign up. Come on, folks. 6 months for $1. Please do it right now. I don't think I can beg anymore, Ricardo.
No.
Corso with 5 points, looking to make it 6 if he can knock down this free throw to complete the three-point play. The lefty, nothing but net. And an 11-point lead here to open this game for the Rockets. Now, Ricardo, we've seen last time we saw the Rockets play it was against Wisconsin Lutheran.
Yeah.
And it was not a pretty game that night for Neenah. Kind of seemed disjointed, couldn't get things going, and that was an 87-48 loss on December 6th. As Carter Strange with the bucket.
Big bucket for Northbrook because that was a 9-2 run that the Rockets were on.
Neenah tonight, just in the early stages of this one, and I've been kind of watching a couple of their games over the live streams during the holiday break. So I watched Tuesday night's game against Kimberly. There's a nice slicing through the lane, Brady Corso with the left-handed finish. They're moving the ball a lot better. Spacing is a lot better. They seem to just be playing with a little bit more zip, a little bit more pace, and seem to be very decisive when they're going up for the shots and taking the shots. And defensively, too, seemed a lot more active, right? Sliding their feet a little bit, just, again, using that Wisconsin Lutheran game as a comparison.
I guess when you're a coach, that's what you want to see. You want to see improvement as the season progresses, game by game, practice by practice. Well, and we kind of felt that even though, that was not a performance that was up to Neenah's standards against Wisconsin
Lutheran.
No,
not at all. But that's not to discredit Wisconsin Lutheran. Fantastic. They're going to get off moving screen, it looks like. Koltard whistled for that one. But it's just only natural to kind of look at the comparison, right? 87-48 Wisconsin Lutheran with the victory that night. But then Oshkosh North back on December 30th as part of the WBY shootout at Concordia, 86-75 win over the Vikings.
Again, that puts everything in chaos. You don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, and actually that's a good thing, Brett, because that creates a lot of excitement, I think, when there's no clear number one team in either Division I or Division II in terms of a combined, right?
Right, absolutely.
That means anybody can bring home that gold. I think last year we kind of felt the Rockets were the clear-cut number one team.
DePere, though, we saw DePere
really, was there too.
Really take apart Kimberly back on December 20th.
And they were a good team last year.
DePere, I think, is the prohibitive favorite in my mind. The Kinzinger brothers, John Kinzinger, Zach Kinzinger, Will Hornseth, the big kid underneath. And now you have Gabe Herman is back. Remember, he had that football injury in week 1 against the Rockets. Good to see him back. Boy, they're locked and loaded, and I think it's going to take a Herculean effort to beat the Redbirds this season. I really do.
Speaking of football, I'm kind of ready for football already.
Oh, come on.
What?
Enjoy the basketball, Ricardo. It's nice and toasty,
such
warm
a long
in here.
Season.
Oh, this is great stuff. 3 ball, good. How about that by Quentin Fisher? Good triple.
Yeah.
And a much-needed basket at that. You know, Pewaukee getting healthy too. I believe Nick Janowski is back. He had missed, I think, all of the season up until recently. I don't know if that was a basketball injury or if he plays football, but and it was a football injury. But nice to see him back. Of course, now Pewaukee and Wisconsin Lutheran are going to kind of go both conference rivals right in the Woodland, and they're going to kind of go battling back and forth to see who's going to, I think, hoist that gold ball, Ricardo. I think those are your prohibitive favorites in D2, right? Wisconsin Lutheran with Con Knippel and that tremendous backcourt. And then, of course, Pewaukee, Milan Momcilovic, if I'm saying that right, the Iowa State recruit. A lot of talent in those two teams. Good look. Nice little hesitation.
That was Fred Ware on the basket.
Yeah, Fred Ware, a 6'5" senior. And down to a 6-point game. Spartans slowly but surely whittling away at that deficit. Again, Brady Corso, now number 31. I think he had get some blood on his jersey, so he had to switch jerseys. Jumper by Klesmit, good. How about that little mid-range pull-up from that short corner spot? I love the mid-range game, Ricardo.
It's underrated.
It is, and almost a tie-up between Klesmit and Clark.
I think Neenah's doing a great job of pressuring and not making anything easy for Oshkosh North.
Whoa. Luke Young, number 33, a 6'4" sophomore forward. Now, earlier in the season, playing JV ball, brought up to the varsity ranks, and I think that's a good move, I think, by Lee Rubbis, right?
Yeah.
Young, part of the Young Coach Young family. Steve Young, the head football coach, brings a toughness, athleticism, some grit, and we'll see how he develops as the season goes on as well. He's number 33 for the Rockets. They're going to get Xavier Mitchell taking too many steps on that spin move. Talking about that mid-range game, you hear some folks talk about. I was talking about it with actually both of my sons not too long ago either. It's kind of considered the least efficient shot in basketball, right? You want to be underneath for an easy bucket, or you're knocking down the triples for 3-pointers. But man, sometimes you watch how defenses play, and that mid-range is wide open. There's a little bit of a longer shot by Klesmit, about an 18-footer. Can't get it to fall, but Klesmit, he'll pull up from anywhere.
Yeah, he's there's nowhere on the court where he doesn't probably feel at least a little comfortable taking the shot.
Just like you.
Just like me. The difference is he makes them.
Good game here at Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. The final season, at least in the high school level, for this great basketball venue. Historic venue. There's Stephen Clark going to let it fly. Can't get it to fall, and that's going to go
Neenah's way?
Yeah. I thought maybe that was knocked out by the Rockets. I think Xavier Mitchell, he's wondering. But this is quite the venue. A lot of great moments here, a lot of great athletes, not just basketball, but volleyball, wrestling, I think. Don't they do they have wrestling in here? You got the mats over there.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to have a tournament tomorrow or something. Maybe a match.
Could be. Got the cheesehead going on at Kaukauna, is that right?
Yeah, 38 teams from around, well, I should say 22 teams from around the nation at that one, along with the 16 in-state teams.
Oh, nice pass by
what
Clark,
happened there?
Yeah, it was just knocked out. Didn't see if that was Klesmet or if that was Young who got a hand on it. Klesmet coast to coast, but swatted away and swatted off of Klesmet.
Yes.
So look at Mitchell using that length, those long arms. I thought Klesmet had an easy layup.
That's a wild play, Brett. That's just athleticism and awareness from Mitchell, just a sophomore.
Oh, he's going to be fun to watch in the next couple years, right, as he continues to develop and grow. I look on the WisSports.net website, didn't see anything listed as far as college offers yet, but they're going to be coming.
They should be. He's probably going to be their best player since a certain Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, well, you know, I saw right in front of us a Tyrese Halliburton Indiana Pacers jersey. Tyrese, are you watching tonight?
Of course he's watching. That's a silly question.
Watch out. Corso going against Mitchell. Tries the pump fake. No. Good job by Corso because that was going to get knocked away.
It was.
Mitchell was there for it. Corso, there's a little pull-up from the elbow, short. And that hot shooting start, Rockets have kind of cooled off a little bit. Clark trying to work off a ball screen. No good. Nice leaping grab, though, by number 24.
And Coach Rubbis almost fell backwards trying to avoid that.
Yeah, Drake Moxon with showing the hops there in front of the Neenah bench. Tough take and finish. Ricardo, that's Quentin Fisher again. Nice looking ball player.
Fisher's had a nice game so far. Really showed a lot of drive intensity going for that finish around the bucket.
Quick little step off the bounce, right, to get around the defender, and then a good strong finish in contact. And down to a 6-point game. Nice job, Ricardo, by Oshkosh North to kind of weather that storm initially. Tough scoop shot, and Corso gets it to fall. 10 points for Corso.
He's sneaky athletic, isn't he?
Boy, I thought the defenders were there. Clark showing that strength, and it finally falls through. Stephen Clark now.
And I think, we're playing with 2 fouls, Brett. Still aggressive in the paint there, and not that would have been called for an offensive charge, but, that's kind of in the gray area there.
Clark with 6 points for the Spartans. And they're going to get Fisher his first. That'll be, I believe, the 4th team foul or the 5th? 5.
It says 5.
Both teams with 5 fouls.
Again, I'm looking at the FEA standings, but they have them over there on the screen. So Neenah's 5-0, Fond du Lac 5-1.
Yeah, Cardinals playing well.
Hortonville 4-2, Oshkosh North 4-2. I mean, can't sleep on the Cardinals, Brett.
Can't sleep on the Cardinals or the Polar Bears. We're going to have to get maybe Fond du Lac and Hortonville
on the docket?
On the Varsity Game of the Week live streams. I'll tell you what we have coming up Tuesday night. We have a great girls game, kind of going back and forth between the boys and the girls. The FEA kind of top-heavy between Neenah, of course, Hortonville, and Kaukauna. Kaukauna right now ranked number 1 in the state in Division I. Of course, they had an upset loss to, was it Fond du Lac?
And Fond du Lac girls is kind of surprising as well. Is that bucket
How about that?
Buried?
That's Koltard again. He's got 2 triples and 8 points. And back up to a 9-point game as Koltard off to a hot start. Knocked away. And Clark, good job to fight for that loose ball. Possession stays with the Spartans, down 9. Quick moving first half. Good defense and an offensive foul. I think they're going to say maybe a push-off.
That's what they're calling, Brett, on Giannopoulos.
Ari Giannopoulos kind of extending that off arm, Ricardo, maybe creating some space, and the officials said, nope, we're going to get you with a offensive foul. 3rd offensive foul this half now for the Spartans.
3:25 left in the first half. 9-point lead for the Rockets. Really looking good here at the Einie Dome. Neenah with pride, Brett. That's on the mid-court there.
Yeah, redone floor this year. Looks sharp. Looking forward to seeing what the new digs look like next fall. Nice pass to a cutting Cal Klesmet. Can't get it to finish. Good pass. Good find by Schloman. And here come the Spartans on the run. They're going to get a travel.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. Fisher had a nice rebound there, Brent. Got things going in transition. but then called, or I should say whistled for the travel. The unofficial, I have them for 6 turnovers, Oshkosh North. There might be another one there because I may have had my head down and missed one, but Spartans need to tighten things up just a little bit. Down 9 points.
Mentioned that the Fond du Lac squad, Oshkosh North, lost to the Cardinals back on December 20th, 76-67. That was a big win for the Cardinals. That was that part of that 3-game losing streak by Oshkosh North. They lost to Kimberly,
yeah.
Then Fond du Lac, then Wauwatosa West. Tosa West, good squad. That was at the WBY shootout. But then North comes back with that eye-opening victory over Wisconsin Lutheran, follows that up with a victory over Kaukauna. So North back on track for the time being, and tough take. Koltard couldn't get it to fall. And Clark on the run. He's going to spot up from the top, short. And we got a loose ball. Who's going to come up with it?
Koltard fighting with.
It's going to be a jump.
Yeah. Really going toe-to-toe with Fisher there for that rebound. 2:07 left here in the first half.
You look at Neenah, Ricardo. Neenah's only losses this season. Wisconsin Lutheran, 87-48 on December 6th. We talked about Wisconsin Lutheran right now ranked number 1 in Division II. But they'll probably drop out of that spot. As I said, they fell to conference rival and second-ranked Pewaukee, 75-67 on Tuesday. As we know, the Pirates, the 2-time defending D2 state champs. Neenah also lost to Joliet West, Illinois, 83-70 on December 17th. That was part of the 608 tournament in Madison. Joliet ranked 6th in Illinois' Class 4A division. And then Brookfield Central beat the Rockets 65-56.
Always a very good program.
Yeah. Swanson with the bucket. Back up to an 11-point game.
little help from the student section there.
Another turnover. Yeah, Brookfield Central, Ricardo, that was a 65-56 loss for the Rockets. That was December 28th, WBY shootout at Concordia. Brookfield Central ranked 5th in Division I in this week's WithSports.net state coaches poll. So, of course, Lee Rubbas doesn't want to lose any games, but those aren't bad losses. Those are the types of games, right, that's going to just kind of – those are program builders, season builders, team builders, and they're going to be – that's going to pay off down the stretch. Back into a zone. Look at Koltard. His third three-pointer of the night, 11 points. And the largest lead of the night for the Rockets, Ricardo. It's 14-point advantage. As Mitchell working hard to get inside, can't get it to fall, stays with it. Can't get that one to fall, working, and finally gets the tip in. How about that for some work? A couple offensive rebounds and finally gets the putback.
If you're Oshkosh North, you want to see Mitchell, kind of get going here a little bit. With him and Clark, that's a tough 1-2 punch, Brett. 51.4 seconds left in the first half.
Corso, yep, the bonus now, 17 fouls, so 1-1 coming up for the lefty, nothing but net. 11 points now for Corso.
Brett, I got to jot down 12, even though he's wearing 31, just so I make sure I got things going with the jiving with the roster.
And Corso good on the pair. He's 3 of 3 from the line. Overall, Neenah 4 of 4 in a 14-point lead with 45 seconds to go here at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. Stick with us at halftime. We got a lot to talk about. Got a certain Packers show we got to plug. As the Packers going for a playoff berth, that's going to be I think they're going to get Fisher wrapping around Klesmet, and that will be Fisher's second. And now Klesmet going to the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Klesmet looking at his night so far. 8 points and 1 of 1 from the line. Good to see this old barn filling up, huh, Ricardo?
Yeah, this is a nice crowd. I mean, there's some open space here in the corners, but you have to remember one side of these bleachers. I mean, how many rows? There's 30 rows.
30 rows up.
That's probably 10 more rows than most schools have.
Think about this old place. Used to be the home or the site of the state girls volleyball tournament.
I've covered it a few times here.
Looking at the three-pointers, 5 3-pointers in the first half. So that hot shooting that we saw the Rockets against Kimberly on Tuesday was at 70% overall shooting. It's been, other than a little bit of a lull there in the first half, they've been hot. And Koltard has 3 of those triples, Klesmet and Corso with the others. 16-point lead, largest of the night for the Rockets. Xavion Mitchell with the basketball going against Luke Young. Good double team, and there's a turnover. And I'm wondering if Lee Rubbis, he's holding up the one shot as 15 seconds and counting, clock running. Five seconds to go. Kick out to the hot hand. Koltard can't get it to fall, and that's how the first half comes to a close. That was a good look.
It was.
Good take by Corso. Good kick out. And Koltard just couldn't get it to fall. It's going to be alumni night here at Ron Einerson Fieldhouse, so a couple extra minutes on the clock as they'll introduce former players and coaches. In the meantime, it's halftime here at Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. Quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard shows the Rockets leading the Spartans in tonight's Varsity Game of the Week Prep Basketball live stream. We'll talk more about tonight's game and everything we have coming up digitally at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Welcome back to Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. Again, look at our Cellcom, Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. Shows the Rockets. Great first half for the defending Division I state champs, up 35-19 over a very good Oshkosh North squad. Get $500 when activating a new smartphone line through Cellcom. Plus, make the switch to Cellcom and get up to an additional $650 per line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Also want to promote our USA Today Sports Plus app. You saw the commercial there. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings, and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus, fan harder. Ricardo, kind of back to the grind, aren't we, as we get through the holidays, and had a good Varsity Roundtable show on Wednesday night, and you got the Fab Five boys and girls basketball teams ready to be unveiled.
Yeah, well, let's start with that, the Varsity Roundtable, Brett. We had Notre Dame on the big show yesterday.
Wednesday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wednesday, yes. You know, in
my days are kind of weird
Rockets,
too right now.
I'm sorry. See, I'm all over the place here. I should say the Tritons.
There you go.
Having a fantastic season, Brett. They went down and they beat Kettle Moraine, the defending D1 state champs. We had 4 of the girls on the show on Wednesday night. Thank you, Coach Rohde, for letting me have, for having the girls spend some time with us on the big show. Gresh was on there, Fada, Barrington, and Whitehouse, 4 of their main players, and had a good time, Brett. You know, it is back to the grind. As we go along here, we're going to have, some really great teams joining us every Wednesday night. Again, every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, tentatively. That's usually when the show starts. We're hoping to have Hortonville girls hoops on, Kaukauna girls, Kaukauna wrestling. Some of those teams are the ones that are going to be on over the next 3 to 4 or 5 weeks, Brett. So going to have a great time. Again, it's the only online high school sports talk show in the state. We love to showcase our local athletes, and we have a lot of fun. 30-minute show, and I think the kids are happy to go up to the 10th floor there on the Post Crescent, and have a great time talking about their season and getting to know them a little bit.
Check this out. We got Carter Thomas, Eli Schmidt, and Matt Young being introduced. Part of last year's state championship team. They do up their tradition well here, don't they? They recognize the past and what a rich history it is when you look at the Neenah boys basketball program. You got 4 state championships, 1930, 1975, 1978, and 2022. 7 state runners-up.
I was there for a few of those.
31 conference championships, including the last 2. 28 state tournament appearances. And even quite a few in the 2000s. That 2000 squad coached by Scott Anderson.
Yes.
That was Aaron Shaw and Sam Oatman on that club. And then the 2010 team, I think that was Chaz Pronczynski's team. 2014, I want to say that was Scott Bork's team. They went to the state finals and lost to Germantown that season.
I was there covering that, sure.
And then 2019 under Lee Rubbis and 2022 under Coach Rubbis. So doesn't matter who's coaching, right? It seems like they're getting to Madison, and in the case of Coach Rubbis, finally winning that elusive gold ball after quite some time. But good to see some of the past here recognized tonight.
Yeah, and Brett, again, to get back to some of these things, halftime promos, Rosie just did a great job and completed our Fab 5 boys and girls basketball team. Those are the players to watch here as we get into the bulk of the conference season, Brett, and the postseason right around the corner. We're going to showcase some of the top athletes on the hoops, on the floor, in our area. And these are top seniors, I want to specify that. So top 5 girls, top 5 boys. Please look for that. I want to say that we're going to release that Sunday or Monday. The intrepid Mike Sherry is looking over those videos and making sure we're all set and everything. I got putting together the online and the print component to that, Brett. So it's going to be nice to see these great players showcased in our Fab 5, again, boys and girls, the top senior basketball players in our area.
Absolutely.
And by area, I mean up to Green Bay and all the way down to the Fond du Lac area. So we're all up and down that valley, I-41.
Watching this young lady come up right in front of us wearing that Indiana Pacers number 0 jersey, Tyrese Halliburton, wondering, I hope she didn't buy a Sacramento Kings Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, well, there were a
jersey,
lot
right?
of them right before he got traded, Brett, because I was at the retirement of his jersey at Oshkosh North when a lot of the Kings players showed up.
Yeah.
And, there was a lot of folks wearing the Kings jerseys. But,
and then, a few weeks later he was traded to India.
Yeah.
Not sure what Sacramento was thinking there.
Bad trade. I mean, Indy has to be thrilled.
Oh
you're
my
getting what is quickly looking to become a generational point guard, Brett. He's better than Tyler Harrell. Come on.
Oh, I have no doubt about that, Tyrese Halliburton. We'll talk about that a little bit later, maybe what he's doing with the Indiana Pacers. But he's an all-star. He should be an all-star, and he's.
They love him down there. You couldn't get a better guy for the community. And he's not too far away from Milwaukee.
No.
Indianapolis is about a 6 or 7 hour drive.
That's a good thing from his standpoint, right? Now you're not in Sacramento and all the way in the West Coast, but now you're just in the Midwest, and you play in the same division as the Milwaukee Bucks. So a lot of opportunities to either see him in Milwaukee or make the drive down to Indy. He's not that far.
Yeah, and his father's always a prominent guy.
Yes.
I see him there at the Pacers games
You see
all
him
the time.
giving Buddy Hield some guff. And then Buddy Hield off the tip. In that game, gets the he had like a three-pointer within like a few seconds of the game. It was like a tip to him. Yeah. He just turned around from the wing and splashed it. And it was just kind of funny because I think it was before the game when Tyrese Halliburton's father, John Halliburton, everybody knows John, right? The official, fantastic guy, was just telling him, you got to shoot the ball. Quit dribbling and start shooting the ball.
Well.
And, they listened.
And Buddy was just laughing it out like, yeah. But then he actually did, right.
Yeah. So. Hey, you listen to the guy. He knows what he's talking about. What I always liked about John Halliburton, I saw him quite a bit in the youth tournaments. He made a call, and fans would, and he would turn around and then explain the call. In a real nice, respectful way.
And usually refs don't have to do that.
No.
Or they don't do that.
So he was trying to educate the fans, too, saying, here, this is what the call was. This is why I made the call. I like that. He was always kind of chatting with the fans. Just a good guy, real good guy. But Monday night, so Ricardo Clubhouse Live. About a month ago, if you would have asked me, I would have said that we're coming down to the end of the season. Now I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go.
And I think, and I'm no Packer fan, but I think that's a great thing for the area to see them kind of, what is it, 5 game?
Four-game winning streak.
Four-game win streak. They're back to 500. What's all on the table for them? All they got to do is win.
Win and they're in.
Yeah.
So we had a fantastic show Monday night. That's our weekly Green Bay Packers show. We've been doing it for 14 seasons now. If you don't know about Clubhouse Live, then I don't know what to say. But Devondre Campbell has been our dual co-host. We had 2 co-hosts this year, but Amari Rogers was the other, and unfortunately he was released, now playing with the Texans. So we've had different guys step in and take Amari's spot this season, and we appreciate that. Jordan Love, one of the guys, Rudy Ford. But Devondre Campbell had Christian Watson on Monday's show. The Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar, that's where it takes place. It's inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton, 6:30. Doors open at 4 o'clock. Admission is free, and you can win prizes. You can even get some autographs if the guys are in a good mood, willing to give out some autographs. We'll draw for prizes. But the Clubhouse on Monday night, it was as packed as I can remember it in certainly recent history. That thing was jammed wall to wall as everybody was celebrating the big victory over the Vikings. And, now you're 1 win away from the playoffs. Monday night show, we have Romeo Doubs coming on, another one of those hotshot rookie wide receivers. And maybe we'll all be celebrating a Packers playoff berth. So, again, doors open at 4. Admission is free. Show starts at 6:30 at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar, downtown Appleton, inside the Paper Valley Hotel. If you cannot make it, we stream the show live online. And any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. And give us a like on our Facebook page, though. That's where you find a lot of information as well, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. But that was a fun show Monday night. When we walked in, Ricardo, first of all, we couldn't get in. The doors were locked.
Yeah, they locked us out. We had to go in through our
secret
entrance.
But, yeah, they locked the doors because they had reached capacity. And when we walked in, I was stunned. We were giving away Packers-Lions tickets as well. But it's amazing what a 4-game winning streak, especially a big victory over the Vikings on top of that, does for the morale, right, of all the Packers fans. So I'm guessing if Green Bay wins Sunday night, we're going to have a real nice crowd again on Monday as Romeo Doubs. He's a good-looking wide receiver. So
going with the back-to-back receiver. And did we have Samari Torrey on before?
Not yet, no.
Okay, I was going to say, were we going to complete the trifecta with the rookie receivers?
It's possible. Hoping to get Devondre on if we have a playoff show. That'd be fun to get Devondre Campbell.
He said that could be a chance of that happening.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of fun to get him on and do a playoff show. We'll have a season-ending extravaganza edition. That's like our audience appreciation where we give away a whole lot of prizes. So, yeah, definitely check us out, though, Mondays at 6:30 from the Clubhouse inside the Paper Valley Hotel. First half scoring quickly, Ricardo for the Rockets. Koltard with 11, Klesmet with 10, Corso with 12, and Swanson with 2. For the Spartans, Clark with 6, Strange with 2, Fisher with 5, Mitchell with 4, and Ware with 2. Should be a very interesting second half. See what kind of adjustments Coach Brad Weber makes with Oshkosh North.
Yeah.
Oshkosh North will open the second half with the basketball. Somehow got to get Mitchell going.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, had kind of a little bit of a quiet first half, but right away, Mitchell misses on the initial.
A good, strong take, though. And I like the way he fights for those offensive rebounds.
I think you're going to see a much more concerted effort by the Spartans.
You saw it right there.
Yeah, I mean, a 1-2 punch. Unlike any in the state, Brett, with Mitchell and Clark. So go to your big guns, right? And
nice job by Stephen Clark to play the first half, really, with those two early fouls. Never picked up that third. What I like, though, about the Rockets, you saw when Mitchell gets the ball on the block, 3 white jerseys surrounding the Spartan superstar. So they're not gonna make it easy on Xavion, that's for sure. He can step out and knock that down from the wing. Rims out. Good look. I think Fisher was the one who kind of kept that alive, and now we have a jump ball, and it's going to go Neenah's way.
I thought Oshkosh North did a good job of moving the ball around, Brett, trying to find the matchup that they liked. Now it's a matter of valuing each possession, Brett, in the second half. I mean, when you're down, 16 points, you can't make any kind of silly mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Each possession becomes more and more critical.
What Neenah does a nice job defensively, too, I've noticed, is like when a Mitchell gets the ball and they're really collapsing on him, they do a good job of scrambling back to their positions.
Oh, is that a foul on Clark? Sorry, Brett, not to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
No.
Oh, that's Fisher's third, though.
Okay.
And that's a big foul as well. Corso shooting a pair. Corso a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. The Rockets 6 of 6 from the free throw line so far tonight. But defensively, rotating well are the Rockets, especially when they have to double and maybe even triple the ball. And now an 18-point game. Corso with 14. See if the Spartans kind of got down in double digits in that first half and whittle it down to about 6. Let's see if they have another run in them. Nice spin move by Mitchell, just couldn't get it to fall. He's getting some looks.
Yeah, he is, and you got to finish.
And the key for Xavier not to get frustrated, right? Look how about Koltard again. He's got 14, and that's his 4th three-point bucket.
21-point lead, largest of the night for the Rockets. Brett, I got to talk to Koltard after this. He had his Wheaties tonight.
Clark hits it. Beautiful shot. And Clark now with 8.
Again, this league is so hard to figure out.
It is. I figured this was going to be a barn burner tonight. I really did. And maybe there's still 16 minutes to play, so we'll see. Schloman. Good defense by Fisher. And now Mitchell. Good defense there by Klesmit, knocking it away. And I think, is Clark okay? He's kind of grabbing that ankle as he hobbles back defensively. Now he's got it. And let's see, he's going to kick it out. There's Giannopoulos, and gets it to fall. His first bucket of the night. Nice job by Clark to get back down there, Ricardo, with a little bit of a roll of an ankle.
Yeah, kind of watching to see if it's still bothering him a little bit. He looks okay.
Yeah, I think just kind of have to
walk it off.
Yep, walk it off, run it out a little bit, and nice pass to Giannopoulos for the finish. The shot fake. Swanson working from the corner. Tough take for Swanson. Gets his own miss, and Fisher now bounce pass. And no good there, but Clark with the follow.
Yeah, I think Clark's okay now.
Yeah.
So nice little run here by Oshkosh North. The lead's down to 15. It's a 6-0 run, Brett, for the Spartans.
Yeah, and Neenah burning a full timeout. Just want to say Neenah's overall record, I was doing some stat packing today.
Okay.
Neenah's overall record over the past 4 seasons, 82-9. Okay, that includes
good?
Previous 3 seasons in this season so far. That's a .901 winning percentage. The FBA record for the Rockets over that span, 55-4. For a .932 winning percentage.
I think that's good.
That's crazy in this league. The Rockets have won or shared the past 2 league titles, finishing 17-1 in both seasons. Won it outright last year, shared it with Kimberly the previous year. Of course, Rockets coming off a season last year, 29-1, Division I state champs. First title since '78. Chevalier Emery Jr. now at Merrimack College. He was the Rockets' leading scorer at 18.3 points per game. Carter Thomas we saw here tonight, 14.8 points. He's playing at UW Oshkosh. J.J. Piter at UW La Crosse. He averaged almost 12 points per game. Heck of a squad that was. Of course, Lee Rubbis, 3rd all-time in team history in coaching wins, now with 141. 141-49 for Lee Rubbis in his 8th season at Neenah here, 742 winning percentage.
Not going to find a more prepared coach, Brett. You always get that sense that he has everything scouted and looked at. I mean, he has great assistants as well.
Deep 3, Koltard, and gets it to fall. Holy smokes, Ricardo, the hot hand. How about that? 5 3-pointers for Koltard, 17 points.
Dare I say, in Fuego, he is having heck of a night for the Rockets, Brett, and they're up 43-25.
How about that, coming off the timeout, getting your hot hand of the ball, right? And there's Bryce Ott, number 20, his first bucket of the night for the Spartans. But Koltard's 5 threes and 17 points. 16-point lead for the Rockets.
Ooh, off the foot of Schloman there, Brett. Turnover.
That'd be a big development, I think, for this Neenah team if you get a kid like Sam Koltard now who really starts to kind of take those strides, right, and taking his game to the next level. We saw that a little bit with J.J. Piter last year, how he just continued to grow and grow and grow. Now you add a new piece, a new weapon to go along with a guy like Cal Klesmit and Brady Corso. And there's Clark now, his first three. He's got 7 points this half, 13 on the night as he claps his hands trying to get his team back into this one. You know, Jackson Schloman can light it up. Elliot Swanson can knock down shots. And so you start adding these pieces, right, as the season continues to go on. And it's going to be fun to watch the teams develop and see who's playing well come tournament time. Klesmit, nice pull-up. Wow, good shot. It's kind of in traffic, a contested bucket.
Yeah, he had Mitchell right there, Brett.
Klesmit now with 12. Oh, nice little ball fake by Clark. Just couldn't get the fall. But Mitchell, offensive rebound, but then swatted away. That might have been Schloman swatting it away. I'm not sure. Could have been Swanson. Nice feed to Schloman. Double team. Kick out to Corso. And nice board by Mitchell. That's, again, he gets that far into the paint, and that's almost a done deal, isn't it?
Yeah,
Xavier.
Nice. Really nice. Boy, in the paint, he's tough.
Yeah, 6 points, his first bucket. And, again, the Spartans need to get him going.
Oh, nice inlet by Schloman to Klesmit. Look at Klesmit.
Beautiful feed to Swanson from Klesmit. Good team basketball by the Rockets. 4 points for Swanson. That's how you do it, right? Don't force the shot. Mitchell was there for the shot block if Klesmit went up. Teammate kept moving, cuts through the lane. Nice little bounce pass for the bucket. That's the thing, too, when you look at that Rocket offense. So when they spread you out, it's not a stagnant offense. Everybody's always moving. Seeing this, too, right now with the Spartans is Clark feeling it, and there's another basket. Another three-pointer for Clark.
He's heating up.
Yeah, his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 10 points this half and 16 now on the night.
Well, they have him for 14 on the board. Is that off a little bit?
I got him for 16.
I trust you, Brett.
My book is right. Koltard, and he's fouled. Koltard looking to add to his night. First miss from the line for the Rockets tonight. That ends an 8 of 8 streak. Koltard right now with 17 points. Make it 18 now, 1 of 2 from the line is Koltard. Looking at Sam Koltard, a 6'2 senior guard, having a heck of a night tonight. 13-point lead for the Rockets. Ranked number 9 in Division I. Is that too low for the Rockets, Ricardo?
I think, again, it's tough to say. Really, the only given is DePierre's number 1, right?
Right.
As Mitchell, tough.
Yep, and nice. Again, those long arms just fighting through. I don't know how many offensive rebounds you credited him for.
He has 5 in this half.
But that's a very tough little
Koltard again.
Happen. Jeez. 6 threes for Koltard.
Here we go again. Swanson.
Wow. 6 points for Swanson for this half, and just like that, 5 quick points, and it's a 16-point game again, Ricardo.
It's you're Oshkosh North. You battled back, and each possession is kind of tough, and then they're able to get a 5-point swing there pretty quick, within seconds, really.
Mitchell again, and he attracts so much attention. Yes. Kick out to number 11. Beautiful shot, Carter Strange.
Strange has to hit that too, and he did. When your teammates are getting doubled, that leaves someone open. It's just a basic fundamental ball. Got to bury that three from the corner, and he did just that.
Doubled and tripled. A couple possessions ago, you saw Stephen Clark. He was tripled underneath. So nice thing about Clark and Mitchell, they're willing passers and want to get their teammates in. Look at Koltard.
Koltard's like, just give me the rock.
Ricardo, that's 7 threes for Koltard this half.
He's having one of those games.
24 points. Fisher with a tough take. He's fouled.
Koltard's like, just give me the ball, baby.
Well, he got the ball, and he turned around and dribbled to the three-point line and let it fly.
He did. He was feeling it.
So Fisher to the line. First trip to the free throw line. Can't get the first one to fall, but you're feeling good when you're getting it and you got a little space in. He goes, no, I'm going to back it up about 3 or 4 feet and turn around and just let it fly, barely getting set up. Koltard, 7 triples. His last 7 buckets have been three-pointers. 13 points this half, 24 on the night. And Fisher good on the second, so Fisher now with 6. 15-point lead for the Rockets.
Nice move.
Wow, and Swanson high off the glass. Pretty good job there by the 6'5" Fred Ware to get in there and kind of alter that shot at the last second. Good move to the bucket by Swanson. Good defense by Ware, who I thought was going to let it go there. Mitchell can't get it to fall. Again, going for the rebound.
Yeah, and they're going to call Schloman with the foul, Brett, but everything is just tough for North. And that's a credit to Neenah, Brett.
Third foul for Schloman. I agree, Ricardo, but you credit Mitchell. He doesn't want to sit down. He needs a little bit of breather, I think, but he's working hard. He keeps fighting for those offensive rebounds.
Brad, we got a herd of the Rugrats over here.
Yeah, I know. They're going to knock over our camera here, and you're going to see Rosie, our producer. He's ready to be really grumpy old guy. Gonna knock over our camera.
Rosie, you have to come over here and lay down the law.
We need somebody. We need help up here.
We got the group of local toughs. We might have to start putting down that tape, Brett.
Thirty-second timeout coming up for the Spartans. We talked about Lee Rubbis. Let's talk a little bit about Brad Weber. First of all, I couldn't believe Lee Rubbis is already in his 8th season. Weber already in his 6th. As Oshkosh North's head coach, led the Spartans to the Division I state championship in 2018. That team finished 27-1, led by, of course, Indiana Pacers point guard Tyrese Halliburton. Remember, he had 30 points in the state final victory.
A lot of free throws, if I remember
18
right.
of 18 from the free throw line, 61-44 victory over Brookfield East. Halliburton, in his 3rd season now in the NBA, boy, he's lighting it up for the Pacers.
Love
Ricardo.
him. He's having a great year.
22.1 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 10.9 assists per game, all career highs. He was the state's Gatorade Boys Basketball Player of the Year his senior season. And Tyrese, congratulations if you're watching. Maybe you're playing a game tonight. I didn't check out the Pacers schedule. But everybody here in Northeast Wisconsin, the FBA, thrilled for his success, wouldn't you say, Ricardo?
Who wouldn't be?
Fantastic kid.
Great guy. Does so much for the community.
Yeah.
He's beloved by his teammates everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Remember when they retired his jersey, the whole Kings team showed up.
Koltard with the take. I think that might have been knocked away. Well, Clark's going to let it go. Can't get it to fall. Loose ball. And nice rebound by Nolan Juckham, number 4. And now you're going to see the full court press.
Koltard's way by himself over there, Brett, but
Klesmet, kind of a acrobatic floater with that left hand, gets it to fall. The lefty now with 14 points.
They call Klesman on the foul, trying to do some good defense on Mitchell.
Mitchell at the line, Ricardo 8 points, his first trip to the stripe. And yeah, they're making him work hard, there's no doubt about it. But Xavion, I think, is getting shots that he would say that he normally thinks that he could knock down, right?
Yeah.
He's getting close to the rim. It's physical, though. They're definitely making him work, bodying him up hard. But to his credit, he continues to fight, doesn't complain, and always fighting for his rebound, his misses. He's got a ton of offensive rebounds tonight. Good-looking player. It's going to be fun to watch him and Stephen Clark here. Boy, Oshkosh North, they're going to be a force next year as well, aren't they? But Brad Weber, a heck of a job he's done taking over.
Oh, Koltard again?
Are
no!
you kidding me? His 8th triple. 27 points for Koltard, Ricardo.
He's like, I feel I'm having a career night. Just give me the rock, baby.
Wow, Steph Curry back there, right? There's Mitchell.
Call an offensive foul.
Yeah, coming in again, going for his miss, and he'll get called for the foul, I believe. His second. Both teams with 4 fouls apiece. But how about Sam Koltard, 6'2" senior guard, 27-point game. 7 3-pointers, 5 this half. Let him keep shooting, right? He's got the hot hand. He's feeling it. Here he's going to go. He's going to let it fly again. A little strong on that one. You can see the bench. They were standing thinking, is he going to knock this one down coming off the screen? Good look. Just a little strong back heel.
Such a struggle for North just to get it into the paint.
Yeah, Rockets doing a good job of packing the paint. Acrobatic shot by Stephen Clark. The lefty gets it to fall. Clark having a nice game.
Acrobatic is right, Brett.
18 points for Clark.
Looking like the old man there.
Sure, they've had a few driveway battles over the years, right?
I'd like to have seen those.
Klesmet, we thought about it. Mitchell, though, that's a tall frame to get it over. And here comes Clark with the basketball. Chased by Corso. Nice little crossover by Clark in the finish. Good-looking ball player. He's got some scholarship offers, as I mentioned, Green Bay being one of them. Valparaiso. From Murray State, I believe I mentioned before as well. And St. Thomas. You're going to Cal Klesmet. He's going to Green Bay next season. He also had D1 offers from SIU Edwardsville, Toledo, and Wofford.
Yes.
Speaking of Wofford, you see Jackson Pavletsky, the former Kimberly standout, true freshman season. He is lighting it up for the Terriers.
Great season, great freshman year. Is it Jeremy Lorenz going to Wofford?
Is that the Brilliant standout?
I think he is.
Wouldn't mind seeing the Brilliant Lions sometime this season. See if we can maybe work that out. One of the top players in the state.
He's one of our Fab Five, too. Good kid. Great kid.
Yeah, seems like he's been there a long time, doesn't it? Of course, Cal Klesmet's brother Max. He started at Wofford. Now, first 2 seasons with the Terriers. Now with the Badgers. And doing good things for the 14th-ranked Badgers. Mark my words, I think the Badgers are going to win the Big Ten. They're picked to finish 9th. If you've watched enough Big Ten basketball, I think they're defensively sound and fundamentally sound. I think they're going to win it. I think they're going to win that league. I really do.
Okay.
Now we'll see if Tyler Wall, how he's doing, trying to come back day-to-day from that, I believe it's an ankle injury, but I like that team a lot. They got that Connor Esigian kid, the sharpshooter from Indiana. I don't know how he got out of the state of Indiana. But a heck of a three-point shooter, a distance shooter for the Badgers. Stephen Crowell doing good things now. He's really developed as a potent big and can stretch you a little bit, knock down those threes. Klesmet picks up his 3rd. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to eat my words, but I think Badger fans out there have to agree. It's a good team. A good team. Not the deepest team, but they're pretty fundamentally sound, especially the way they play defense. That's what I really liked about that De Pere squad, Ricardo. You weren't there that night. Me and Rosie were there. They can make you pay. There's a tough fadeaway by Clark. Wow. How about that shot?
He scored their last 6 points.
Yeah, Clark now with 22 points for the Spartans, 16 this half.
Brett, you were saying about De Pere now?
De Pere, though, that they can break you down offensively, especially with the guard play. When you have guys as skilled as John and Zach Kinziger, the Kinziger brothers, and then you got the big like Hornseth, Hogan Domofsky plays well in the guard spot as well. They break you down, but defensively, they wear you down. I was so impressed with what Coach Winchester has going on as far as defensively. Those guys all buy in, and they made it. I think they made it miserable for the Kimberly Papermakers that night defensively. They were just in your face, didn't matter where the ball was. Very impressed with how they played defensively. Sometimes you see these skilled offensive teams, kind of take a trip off or two, right, defensively. No, that wasn't happening on any trip. So De Pere, as I said before, is going to take a heck of an effort to knock them off, I think, this season, especially with the experience they have as well.
Oh, they're number 1 ranked for a reason, Brett.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them again later on in the season. They're going to actually be hosting Pewaukee, I think, later this month. That's going to be a heck of a battle, huh? Top-ranked teams in Division I and Division II possibly at that time. That'll be the game of the night in the state. That's, I believe, a Saturday night game as well, if memory serves. Corso take and finish off the glass. How about that with the right hand?
Yeah, they needed that because Oshkosh North had a little 6-0 run there pretty much by Stevie Clark. Tipped, and that's a turnover for Oshkosh North.
Team foul. That was on Drake Moxon. Yeah, that Brilliant Freedom game, January 30th at Freedom. That might be something to
consider.
Might have to consider that.
When was that again?
That's January 30th. 7th team foul now for the Spartans. So Klesman at the line, 1-1, but Freedom a little bit down this year. The Northeastern Conference, little shoot off to a great start, undefeated. FVL as well, playing good basketball. Those might be the top 2 teams, and I think it's everybody else. A little bit of a down season for the Northeastern. A lot of the teams under the 500 mark overall.
And teams that we traditionally think are the top echelon teams have not been having a good year so far.
Wrightstown down a little bit, right? Yep. And we were talking about that on the girls' side, too. It's clearly Freedom and everybody else when it comes to the Northeastern Conference. I know Sadie Jarmilovich, so one of your Fab 5 players. Boy, what an outstanding athlete for the Irish. Outstanding basketball player. The only Irish-only loss was to Waupun, right?
I believe so.
Defending state champion Waupun. Be very interesting how it all shakes out here in the weeks to come, but we're in no rush. There's Mitchell going to let it fly. Gets it to fall, finally. And he kind of has this look like finally.
Yeah. Everything has been tough for him, so 12-point deficit for Oshkosh North with 3:11 left. Maybe they're thinking we can make it one last push here to get it relatively close in the final seconds.
Oshkosh North with a full timeout. Hey, folks, our next Varsity Game of the Week basketball live stream. We don't have to wait long. It's coming up Tuesday night. We've got a great Fox Valley Association girls basketball matchup as top-ranked Kaukauna hosts number 5 Neenah. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Top 5 matchup in the state. Kaukauna, though, just lost to Fond du Lac, so the Ghosts, by the time that game is played, will be out of that top spot. The Rockets might move up a spot or 2, of course. Neenah, led by UConn commit Allie Zabel. Congratulations again to Allie, just a junior. Excuse me, one of the top players in the country in her class. And we wanted to get the Neenah girls, Ricardo. We had them on the schedule for December 23rd against Hortonville, but then that game got postponed due to the weather.
Okay.
Those two teams then ended up playing on New Year's Eve. I think that was a noon tip on New Year's Eve. That was a Saturday, and Hortonville won that game by 1 in overtime. So you got that 3-team race in the girls' side between Hortonville, Neenah, and Kaukauna. That's going to be fun to watch as well. Full court press and almost the steal for the Spartans. So another chance to see the Neenah girls in action. We haven't had a shot to get them on the live stream yet, so we'll be at Kaukauna. Looking forward to that one. Wow, deep pass. Look at that to Sloman with the finish. Good vision. Is that Klesmet?
That's Klesmet.
Yeah, Sloman's first bucket.
Stevie Clark with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Boy, Clark. Heck of a game, heck of a second half. Clark now with, 25?
Yes, that's what they have on the big board, Brett. But again, you don't go by the big board.
It's only an 11-point game. Nice pass to Swanson and in. And looks like Lee Rubbis wants to talk things over, making sure they have everything in place to break that press.
Good job, I thought, by Neenah to get it down court quick for the easy bucket.
Again, 6 months, $1. That's the digital subscription going on right now to the Post Crescent, Oshkosh Northwestern, any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. Please sign up today. Believe it or not, that $1 goes a long way in helping us produce these Varsity Game of the Week live streams. And it's the only way, Ricardo, because a lot of your content is subscriber-only content, right? You can only get it with a digital subscription, unlimited.
That is true, and I'll have a notes package with these rankings that I have out for, I want to say for Tuesday or Wednesday.
When does the AP rankings come out?
We're doing it this week, actually, this upcoming week. Our friend out there in Seattle who puts that all together, there were some changes because some teams switched divisions. He wanted to make sure all those were kosher.
Okay.
So that when we vote, everybody has the right, division rankings, all that kind of stuff. So we're the tentative plan is to have it out this Tuesday. I got to figure out who's my number one teams, Brett. Obviously, DePere, I got to give the first place vote to.
No doubt about it.
In D1. But who in D2? Pewaukee?
Yes, they beat Wisconsin Lutheran.
No,
okay. They beat Wisconsin Lutheran, so Pewaukee gets the number one.
Brett, you're very firm on that.
No doubt about it.
Brett, you have an open invitation to vote in the AP poll.
I've never done that actually in my career. My long and illustrious journalism career.
We welcome that. I know our fellow writers in the state would welcome you as a 10th voter. We don't mind.
Not everybody would.
Well, not everybody. You do have enemies. You do have friends and foes, Brett.
No doubt about it.
Let us not not speak the truth here.
The thing about it, it's never instigated by me.
Oh, listen to you. You're so nice, Brett. Uh-oh. We have a little injury here. Is that Koltard?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
That's not good. I think it's just an ankle roll. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be back. Maybe not for tonight. Stephen Clark, by the way, now 4 fouls as Swanson knocks down that one. Hopefully, he's having a hard time putting some weight on that, isn't he? Last thing you want to see if you're Lee Rubbis, right? Or any of the Rockets fans.
Right.
This guy's been sensational tonight.
You want to avoid that, Brett.
27 points. 8 triples tonight for Sam Koltard. It's got to be a career high, right? Career highs in threes and points as Clark misses.
I'm hoping to talk to him afterwards, too.
And there's Mitchell. And North not going away.
Hopefully, I think we're done having these kids jump in the way of our camera, Brett, because it seemed like every time they took a step, it had to be directly in front of the camera.
Hey, you're the closest to these guys. One more full timeout remaining for the Spartans. 16 points from Mitchell, 12 this half. A pair of triples this half for Xavion.
This is kind of the Neenah team that I think we all expect to see, Brett. The way they were efficient on offense, defense kind of fed into their offense.
They look different tonight than what they looked against Wisconsin.
They looked like
Lutheran.
this way against Appleton East. I know we saw them earlier in the year.
Game one, right?
Yeah, at East. This is the Neenah team that I expect to see game in, game out.
I believe Klesmet, didn't he have 45 that night against Appleton East? That was our season opener for us, and them.
Much more balanced scoring, but again, the big game from Koltard. We hope he's okay.
Nice thing, too, is they fed him, right? I mean, you got guys in Klesmet and Corso in particular that can light it up. And, hey, we recognize where the hot hand is right now. We're going to make sure he gets his hands on the basketball. That takes the pressure off those guys, right? Guys that are used to kind of maybe carrying the load a little bit. It's like, all right, let's feed this guy a little bit. As Neenah couldn't get the ball inbounded, so quick 30-second timeout. Again, Tuesday night, our next game, the Neenah girls and Allie Zabel. First chance to check out the Lady Rockets taking on Kaukauna. Kaukauna team that's a little banged up, is what I'm understanding. I guess we'll find out more about that on Tuesday. Checking out the Neenah schedule. They have a kind of a tricky little stretch there. Ricardo next weekend, next Friday at Fond du Lac, and then next Saturday at Brookfield East.
That's for Neenah?
Yeah, and then Appleton East right after that. So some tough games coming up for the Rockets.
Corso doing a good job of feeding inside.
And, blocked, I thought, by Fisher. Nope, they're going to get him with the foul. That'll be his fourth.
Fouls on Oshkosh North, number 22, Quentin Fisher, his fourth. 2 shots for Cal Klesmet.
Looking at Oshkosh North, they lost to Pewaukee also earlier this season, 60-52. That was the Terry Porter Classic at Milwaukee South. There's Corso. Is that Corso or Klesmet?
Klesmet.
Klesmet, I'm sorry. You know I'm going to say it, Ricardo. Terry Porter, the legendary UW-Stevens Point men's basketball player.
Very true.
One of my idols growing up as a youngster in Stevens Point.
Great career for the Trailblazers.
Yeah. Two-time All-Star, I think, and went to the finals twice. Those great teams with Clyde Drexler, Buck Williams, Kevin Duckworth, Jerome Kersey. Nice little Euro step move by Mitchell.
Yeah, they got beat by the Bulls, and then when did they make the other one?
They lost to the Pistons.
That's
then,
right.
And then the Bulls, yeah.
That's true. Boy, that's unfortunate. They kind of went against a couple little dynasties there, right?
Yeah, well, in the Pistons, I believe in that series, they beat them in Detroit to tie that series 1-1. And they were thinking, okay, now we're going out to Portland. And then I think the Pistons won the next 3 games out there to close out that series.
Yeah.
And then, coming back, who's going to beat the Bulls during that stretch, right? They're going to beat Michael Jordan and those great Bulls teams back then. Beautiful pass to, that's number 4, Nolan Juckham. His first basket of the night.
It's just those were great teams with Drexler and who's the other? I'm trying to think of the guy who wore the headband.
Cliff Robinson.
Yes.
Yep.
Any other year, you're not playing those dynasties. Maybe you're coming away with.
Well, you could say that about the Utah Jazz too. Losing back to back to the Bulls with John Stockton and Karl Malone and those great teams. Jeff Hornacek. Any other era, they'd probably win a couple of championships. That's why it's good to win them when you have a chance, right? Because it's tough to get there, but kind of think about the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's going to be an arduous road for Giannis and that crew to get to the finals through the East. Good thing they won that title a couple years ago. Not saying they can't do it again, but Nets are lighting it up right now. The Celtics are tough. Yeah, those were great teams back in the late 80s, early 90s for the Portland Trail Blazers.
The golden era of basketball, with the Lakers still a relevant force. I think Bird and the Celtics were fading a little bit by that point.
Yeah.
But, Sixers were good with Barkley.
Well, yeah, and then Barkley went to
Phoenix
Suns, yeah. But Portland, Rip City. Always love watching those Portland teams play. It's always a thrill for us folks from Stevens Point to see Terry Porter in the NBA. First-round draft pick, too. Mitchell, and oh boy, he's had a lot of those tonight.
That's the kind of night he's been having, is tough, and he felt he was fouled on that as well. As he's talking to the official, like, yeah, I thought it was fouled on that one. Just letting him know a little bit. And tech foul on Oshkosh North, the bench. A little too much.
Frustration. As Klesmet, he'll shoot the technical free throw here. He's got a pair of free throws coming after that, too. Good to have you back, Ricardo. We missed you at Kimberly. I know you were busy that night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to have the crew together. Although, next month you'll shift to a lot of wrestling coverage, won't you?
Wrestling boy, as I like to call myself. Got the individual tournaments, got the state team tournament. Hockey is also that week at the new venue in Middleton. So busy over the next few months. And then, of course, switches back to the girls' tournament at the Resch, and then the boys at the Cole. And then before you know it, it's a spring season, Brett.
And we're getting the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show all squared away. We're already working on that. Yeah, our friend Hank DeWild said, don't forget about Terry Porter's greatest accomplishment being an NBA jam.
Yes, you're right. Oh, that's a classic game. I love that game. Ugly shot. I had that a lot.
I actually found a Terry Porter Portland Trail Blazers jersey in a like a sporting goods store in Stevens Point, and I snapped that up pretty fast. A black Road Porter number 30 jersey.
Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how they had it in there, or I didn't play like Terry Porter. I pretty much stunk, but hey, so what? I had a vivid memories. Look at Stephen Clark. Boy, what a game he's had. Stephen Clark with an even 30 points.
A lot of his shots were athletic, off kilter a little bit,
Yeah, and 24 points this half. Klesmet back to the free throw line. Yeah, Cal Klesmet right now, according to the big board, has an even 20 points. And offensive rebound. Nice job by Juckham. And more fouls coming.
Just what we need.
And that is going to be Ari Giannopoulos' 5th foul, so he's out.
Christo Giannopoulos will replace him in the north lineup. And Nate Swanson's on the line to shoot 2.
Be interesting to see, too, when you look at this league, Ricardo, Appleton East, right? Kind of a 500 team, 6-5 overall, 3-2 in the league.
Yeah, and you expect them to
too much talent on that squad to not take off.
They got Kyle, they got Glazer, they got the young LaChapelle.
Joey LaChapelle.
You expected them to be a little bit farther along, but maybe that's a team that really kind of sees improvement later this month, February going into the tournament.
Well, and you think, too, Ricardo, new coach this year in Turner Botts, so sometimes there's a little transition, right, to kind of grow together. But I think that team is very talented and is going to be heard from down the stretch as well. A lot of free throws here down this stretch and this one with 20.1 seconds to play. Folks are starting to file out here, the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. You can do anything from this game special that folks can be looking for?
Well, I was going to do something with the notes and maybe talk about the conference. Hopefully get a couple of comments on that and what they think. Coaches like Weber as well as Rubis. 81-67. I'm updating my Twitter. You can follow me at Ricardo, Ricardo, DeLeon, Delian, and that is it. 81-67. Rockets over the Spartans.
Well, as you update your Twitter, make sure to give Ricardo a follow. He's at Ricardo DeLeon, Delian. I would appreciate a follow as well at PC Brett C. Don't forget about Jim Rosandick at Metal, Metal, Rosie, Rosie. But Ricardo, some thoughts, I suppose, before we close it out. What do you think about? Let's talk about Oshkosh North.
Yeah, in Oshkosh North, this was just this is what's got to be maddening for Coach Weber, is that this is a team that goes and beats Wisconsin Lutheran undefeated by that point, at that point in time. Go down there to the WBY and knock them off, and then you come back, you get another win, and then you come here. And I think he would be the first to admit they didn't play particularly well. A few too many mental mistakes, especially in that first half. Then they were kind of in a hole and trying to climb back out. And, give credit to Neenah's defense. They kind of made it difficult for them. In fact, I was a little surprised because, you see Stevie Clark with, 32 points.
32 points,
And,
yeah.
Mitchell, they did a good job, Neenah's defense did, on kind of making things difficult for him, and he didn't really have a strong game. But I'm expecting those two factors, those two players, to kind of be – this was a little bit an anomaly where you're going to see both those guys kind of feed off of each other and lead North to a lot more wins and be a team to consider down the FVA title line here as we get into the crux. Well, get into the bulk rut of the FVA season heading into January, as you like to call it. And then for Neenah, this is the Neenah team we expect to see week in, week out, right? Play hard on defense, opportunistic on offense, hit a lot of threes when they're open, and generally show a sense of toughness that you expect from a Rubis team, Brett, in terms of going for the loose balls, doing the little things that don't show up in the box score. This is a team that I think has a bright rest of the way. I think they can really kind of make a name for themselves. They're defending state champs. They got the pride, they got the lineage there, Brett. It's a matter of them playing up to their ability more so for both teams, really.
And a team now, Ricardo, that I didn't mention earlier in the game, but for the Rockets, they have won 17-6 now, is 23 straight FVA games. They lost that first game last year, a game that we streamed to Appleton East, and then ended up winning the next 17 games in conference play to win the conference championship. Now 6-0 in league play, so a 23-game FVA winning streak. That's not half bad either, is it?
No, and I think we're going to be a little surprised with these Neenah Rockets. I think
they're going to be heard from.
Yeah, they have 3 losses, but those 3 losses were to very good teams, and maybe it's maybe we underrate them a little bit. What do you think?
I'm not sure underrate, but they might be ranked a little too low. I still think they're a top 5, top 6 club without a doubt. We'll see how it all plays out. Hopefully Sam Koltard is okay. I know he went out of the game, looked like an ankle injury. He had a fantastic night with 27 points.
Right, and for these teams, it's about avoiding injuries, especially as you go into the bulk of the season.
No doubt about it. So, but yeah, it was fun. Good game here at the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse. Always a pleasure to visit Neenah High School in this great facility.
Yeah, and we'll see everybody here again, or we'll see everybody Tuesday, I guess, is our next game.
I have a feeling we'll be back, especially with the Neenah girls being so highly touted as well. A lot of good basketball here in Neenah right now.
Final season of the Einie Dome.
Yeah, what a way to close it out for sure. So, all right, Ricardo, appreciate you. Be safe going back. And we'll do it again on Tuesday night at Kaukauna.
All right. See you guys next week.
Yep. Let me run down the scoring. There's Rosie. That's his favorite shot right there of the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse with that arched roof and those red steel beams. Beautiful look at this great facility that will be its final varsity season here. And get ready for the new opening, the opening of the new school this coming summer and into next fall. But let me run down the scoring for Oshkosh North. Stephen Clark, 32 points to lead all scorers. He had 26 in the second half. Strange had 5. Ari Giannopoulos with 2. Ott with 2. Fisher with 6. Mitchell with 18. 14 coming in the second half. And Ware with 2. For the Rockets, Schloman with 2. Koltard with 27 points, including 8 3-point buckets. His final 8 field goals were from beyond the arc, so a heck of a night for him. Juckham with 2, Klesmet with 20, Corso with 16, and Swanson with 14. With the victory, the 9th-ranked Neenah Rockets now 8-3 on the season, 6-0 in FBA play. That Fox Valley Association Conference winning streak, as I mentioned, now at 23 in a row. Oshkosh North falls to 7-5 overall, 4-3 in league play. Up next for the Rockets, right here, home against Kaukauna on Tuesday. That's a Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. As for the Spartans, they're at Appleton West on Tuesday. They're taking on the Terrors. That's a conference matchup as well. Tip, same time, 7:30 p.m. As for us, as I mentioned, we're back at it on Tuesday as well. That's a Fox Valley Association girls game as top-ranked Kaukauna hosts 5th-ranked Neenah. Live coverage will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. One more shout out to our sponsors. Cellcom, get $500 when activating a new smartphone line through Cellcom, plus make the switch to Cellcom and get up to an additional $650 per line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, and for our secret weapon, his name is Sam, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live USA Today Network Wisconsin crew, I'm already thinking ahead to our Packers show on Monday night. But this is Brett Christopherson saying so long from the Ron Einerson Fieldhouse here at Neenah High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Neenah 81, Oshkosh North 67. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for watching.